happening, Fringe fam? It's PK here, and I'm here with our Badger push-pull sled. What I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you how to assemble it. So one of the things when we made this sled is we wanted to make it as easy as possible to assemble. So you actually only need 3 tools. You're going to need a knife to open it up. You're going to need a 17mm wrench, and you're going to need one other wrench as well. So if you got your tools, let's go. First thing you're going to do to assemble is you're going to unbox. So pull out your knife and rock and roll. I really like unboxing everything and putting everything just kind of laid out here before you go and do the installation. And then of course also having your tools to hand. I'm done with the knife. We're not going to need that anymore, so it goes back in my pocket. Now we're going to take the 17mm wrench, and it's going to be doing most of the work for us. All right, let's go. First, I'm going to grab the back piece of this, and you'll notice that it's pretty much the same one way or another. It doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to grab the nose, and it's going to get installed right up here. There's also another plate that's a stiffening plate that's going to go on the back there. Then I'm going to take these bolts, I'm going to unscrew them, but hang on to those nuts, and then I'm going to install and make them hand tight. So take this plate for the back, put the bolt through, having a washer on one side, and then slide it through the body. Line the bolt up on the other side, put another washer on the far side of the bolt, and then put this lock nut on, and we're going to screw it in hand tight. Then we're going to do it for the next bolt, same exact thing. All right, so we've got those bolts on there hand tight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our wrench and we're going to tighten it down properly. Now, these are lock nuts that we have on the end. So that means that we have this nut with a little rim of blue plastic in there. So you have to use a wrench to tighten them in, and those bolts are going to go through the plastic. So take one of your wrenches and hold the nut on one side, and then take your other wrench and tighten down. So I've got a ratcheting wrench here. So I'm going to get it not totally tight, but mostly tight on that side. And then I'm going to pop to the other side. And this one, I'm going to tighten all the way so it's nice and tight. You're going to be putting a lot of weight on the sled, and you do not want it going anywhere. So get it nice and tight. Now, once you've got that one side done, go back to that first side and tighten that bad boy on down as well. Awesome. So now we're starting to look like a sled. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install these foot pads. And so all of these foot pads are the same, and they're all going to use the same bolt. So let's do the front one first. So pop it down underneath here and then bolt it in. Again, you're going to go hand tight, and then you're going to come back around with your wrench and tighten the rest of the way down. All right, those are hand tight. Now we're going to grab this wrench. Again, make it nice and tight because we're going to be putting a lot of weight on this bad boy. Cool. So now we got the front skid on. Now, one thing I do want to let you know is if you're going to install the UHMW, that is to say the plastic skids, you can install them now or you can install them later. So basically, you've got 4 little holes here. And if you have the UHMW skids, you just pop them on there and then screw them down into those holes. I am going to be using this sled on concrete, so I'm not going to be installing that UHMW here. But now let's move to the back and let's put these heavy metal skids on the back. All right, we've now got all the bolts on. All the rest we can do with hands. So we can put our wrenches to the side. I'll pull this guy back here. Now we're going to install this front push tower. And so it's nice and tight. We're going to get it down there. Then you're going to take this hitch pin, open it up, insert it through, and then pop it around. Now we're going to take one of these push arms, pop it down. The other push arm, pop it down, nice and tight. Then we're going to take these washers. I'm going to put one washer on here. This is just to protect your sled in case you load some small metal plates on the front. Honestly, not my favorite place to load plates on this, but you have that option. And then we're going to put another washer here and here on these weight pins. And there you go. This bad boy is assembled and ready to go. So this is the Badger push-pull sled by Fringe Sport, and I just showed you how to assemble it. You can find it at fringesport.com, and if you're still watching this far, happy pushing, lift heavy, lift happy.